Are most police-related games realistic? Yeah, about as realistic as Caitlyn Jenner's tits. So, as you guys can tell, I am in a different car now. I was trying to get my vlog done and I saw an object in the middle of the road. I thought it was just like a scrap piece of tire or something. I had no time to react. That shit jumped up and attacked the bottom of my car. So now my car is in the shop because the alignment's screwed up and the tire rod is crooked. So my girlfriend was nice enough to let me use hers. So something I thought you guys might get a kick out of. Yesterday morning, right before I got off work, we got a text message into 911 that one of the schools was on fire. So like right away, we've got units rushing over there. Like I'm on my way to the house where it came from. I knew something seemed sketchy when I pulled up and there was a kid in the front yard and he goes hauling ass back inside. Long story short, I talked to his mom and I told her to go get his phone. This kid texted 911 that his school was on fire and then it blew up to try to get out of going to school. Who does that? Like, what happened to faking a sore throat, man? Kids come up with some weird excuses. Oh, I broke my leg in 15 places. I'll be back on Monday. Needless to say, this kid is scared as shit. And he should be, because this kid is probably either going to get expelled or he's going to have to start the year all over again. Anyway, I figure you guys would get a kick out of that. I know you like these crazy stories. So on to the meat and potatoes. You guys have been asking me like crazy lately to get me to talk about police games and how realistic or not they might be. So yesterday I finally decided to bite the bullet and I bought Grand Theft Auto 5 and I got a police mod for it. I think it's LSPD FR or something. I can't ever remember the acronym. And for those of you that are not familiar, this is a modification for the PC version of Grand Theft Auto, and it allows you to play as a police officer. And you can do things like make traffic stops, you can make an arrest, you can stop people on the street, you can run their ID, you can run vehicle information, the list goes on. I couldn't sleep that well last night, so I decided to hop on the computer and try it out. I know a lot of you have been wanting me to do a live stream, so I kind of wanted to get acquainted with the XSplit software and all that stuff so I can start doing that. My overall impression, I guess, I've played Grand Theft Auto for so long that it's actually pretty cool, man, to be able to play as a cop. I have to say the most realistic aspect of the mod is definitely the traffic stops. The traffic stops are pretty accurate, man. You go up there, you greet them, you ask for their ID, and then you go back to your car, or you can use your radio outside the car, and you can run their information. And then from there, you decide whether you want to give them a warning, a citation, or if you just want to stand there and insult them. Other than that, though, it's really not that realistic. I know the guys that created this mod put a lot of work into it. Like, you could just tell there was a ton of programming that was put into this. But overall, it's really not that realistic. Like, it would be realistic if you responded to a call where, like, grandma had her credit card stolen and some guy in India is using it. That would be more realistic, but not very entertaining. So overall, like, I'm really not feeling it that much. Like, I'd rather just turn on a bunch of cheats and just blow up the whole city. I would rather be the bad guy, go figure. And I'm sure for those of you that want to be cops, like, I'm sure this mod is pretty cool. I know a lot of you have been playing it for a long time, so I'm not bashing it. I'm just talking about the realism aspect of it because, well, obviously being a cop for a long time, I'm going to be really judgmental on stuff like that. I'm very nitpicky when it comes to realism in movies and definitely games. And I think the hardest thing to mimic in any game is going to be the emotional aspect. I don't care how realistic it is, you're never going to have that adrenaline rush of getting into a foot chase or a vehicle chase. You know that feeling whenever somebody turns a corner and they like scare the shit out of you? Like, imagine that moment frozen, and that is what the adrenaline rush is throughout an entire chase. So unless these modders learn to mimic that, I mean, a game's always just going to be a game. There are some games that are pretty realistic when it comes to like tactics and stuff like that. I don't know if any of you play the SWAT franchise, but I think those are pretty cool because it's not just running and gunning. You're not just blowing shit up. Like, you're actually there to do a mission. You're there to save hostages and stuff like that. There's a real realistic aspect to it. There's actually a really cool game that's in development, and I've got really high hopes for it, and it's called Police 1013. And I've been looking at their website, I've been following them, I'm on their Discord server, I've been talking with the CEO, and Matt's a really cool guy, he's on the server a bunch. And it's cool because he has taken consultants that have been in law enforcement, be it SWAT or patrol, and he's incorporating them as consultants into this game. And I think his overall objective is to make it as realistic as possible, and I really admire that, because this job is not just running and gunning all the time. That's not realistic to me. So if you guys want to check out his game, I'll put a link to the description below, and I'm really anxious to test this out. I have to say though, we have a system at the police department, and it's called FATS, and I don't remember what the acronym stands for, but it's basically a simulation where you're standing there in front of this huge screen that takes up the whole wall, and it's basically a bunch of shoot or don't shoot scenarios. You and your partner are given like this gun, I guess, that interacts with the screen, and there's usually 1 or 2 training officers that are operating the scenario behind the scenes, and they can control what happens next depending on what they feel they want to see you do. And it's pretty realistic because all the video clips are pre-recorded. They're actual videos. So when you see a guy come out of a room with a gun and you start yelling at the screen, drop the gun, they can control whether the guy actually listens and he drops the gun, or if he raises it and starts shooting. And I guess they pre-record like every area that he could get shot, because if like you shoot him in the shoulder, like he'll twist around and fall down. Like, this thing is pretty realistic. It's pretty cool. And I have to say, I think FATS like far surpasses any video game that I've played. So yeah, overall, I don't think most police games are very realistic. But again, I'm biased. Like, I'm going to be nitpicky just because I've been doing this for so long that, you know, if it's not pretty much to a T of how we do things, then it's not going to seem real to me. But let me know if you guys want me to live stream Grand Theft Auto, and I'm going to try to get a headset so I can talk back and forth with you guys and stuff. Well, that is it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, make sure to leave them in the comments section below, and I'll try to answer them in the next video. If you guys have any ideas, let me know. I'm open to suggestion. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will see you soon.